Why everyone is broke? You know the answer? I bet most of us do. Just walk outside your door every day and go hit the grocery store, fill up your gas tank. You won't be shocked anymore why we're all broke. So let's explore the harsh reality of living in today's economy, from growing financial crisis to the struggle of living paycheck to paycheck. It's clear that more people are finding it harder to make ends meet. Are you feeling like you can't afford anything? You're not alone. Let's look at some stats here. U.S. consumer debt levels reached 1.64 trillion for student loans, 1.66 trillion for auto loans, and 1.21 trillion for credit card balances. Oh, that's a lot of shopping. So student loan debt, their total debt outstanding is 1.64 trillion at the end of 2025 June. Some reports place student loan debt slightly higher at 1.8 trillion when you account for all the loans, including federal and private. Auto loans, man, the borrowing trends has changed for the worse for auto loans. Remember, you used to get a car note 3 years, in 3 years you have your car paid off. That's not too bad. I remember those days. I'm sure many of you guys do too. Nowadays, though, it's increasingly becoming commonplace for you to take on an auto loan that's 7 years. Now imagine that. Especially today, if you're buying a newer car that are low quality, those things aren't built to last. Your car may fall apart before you end up paying that car note off. That's not a good thing. And the credit card debt, it's bad. The average credit card debt for a card holder is $7,321. So nowadays, the way the economy is, inflation, the job market's a disaster. I think a lot of that might have to be due to survival. You're putting your groceries on that credit card now. That's unheard of a few years ago. But now, I'm sure it's commonplace. You go to the grocery store and you're like, hey, I can slap the groceries, the outrageously priced groceries on my credit card because I need the cash to pay the electric and the water. You want to keep the house running. You got to pay that, but you got to cut the corner somewhere right now to make ends meet. Groceries on the credit card.
Cracks in the car market over the last year, but now they're becoming massive holes. See, here on my car dealership, I'm having cars that are $3,500 and $2,500. I'm having a hard time selling right now. Consumers are pinched, and when it's even so bad right now that we're seeing car dealerships, massive car dealership groups that are going out of business, going bankrupt.
A Texas-based Tricolor is filing for bankruptcy this month.
And this is not the first big auto dealer group that actually went under. In the last couple of years, we've had a couple instances of a lot of these big companies that are associated with the car market actually have big time problems. Tricolor's one, obviously the most recent one. We have Vroom that went under. Big headlines with that. Vroom is going out of business. And we had American Car Center about a year and a half ago go through something very similar.
A used car dealership abruptly shuts down, leaving hundreds of employees without a job and customers scrambling, trying to figure out how they're going to make those payments.
American Car.
Most people aren't broke by choice. They don't get paid enough, but they work 40 hours per week just to get by and survive. And they gotta go to work the next day.
And here's the thing too. In America right now, most individuals don't even have $500 saved up to be able to handle an emergency situation that would arise. So no, they definitely don't have $6, $7, $8, $9,000 to be able to spend on one of these more expensive cars that would like to try to sell. So this is why cars like that always sit for a lot longer on my lot, and I end up having to lower them way lower than what other dealers are going to be able to sell them for, because those dealers are actually going to offer financing, or they're going to be hooked up through a financial institution. I don't want to deal with that. Tesla that I have down there that I cannot sell right now, I've lowered that thing so much, and even though I've lowered it like $4,000 in the last month, what's every call on it? Every single call. Well, do you finance? Do you finance? Do you finance? Because these people cannot pay cash for a car. All right.
He's seeing what's going on in the market right now. People don't have 7, 8, 10 grand to buy a more expensive car. It's a sign of the times. Unfortunately, what's happening is when it comes to the cars and people are broke, they're passing over the vehicles that might be $2,000-3,000 because they want something nicer. And they're asking about finance. You heard them mention they're asking about financing. They don't have the cash, so that's why they need to finance it. But that's where it bites you, man. It bites you because it's enticing you to purchase a car that you can't really afford, but you want it. You don't want the car you can't afford. You want something better, and you're going to go in debt for it.
Normal in America is broke. 78% of Americans have too much month left at the end of the money. They spend everything they make and then some every month. That's 8 out of 10 houses on your street are broke. You ever drive down a middle-class street and they got upper-class cars in the driveway? Tells you there's a problem. You can just count the payments is what you're doing.
To have too much month left at the end of the money. As I'm rolling. Yeah, because it's telling it like it is. You bought too much cards you can't afford. What about a lower class street and an upper class vehicle? Yes, yes. Why don't you go to the ghetto? Go to the hood and you see a Mercedes, Lexus, and they're in Section 8. That's a topic of another video, but it shows the mentality of people out there. Bit more information for you. In the U.S., average salaries have historically outpaced inflation. But this broad trend masks the increasing costs of essential goods and significant regional disparities. For many, the rising costs of housing and other necessities have eroded the purchasing power that higher incomes provide. Yeah, depending on where you live too, the cost of living, it varies greatly. If you live in California, New York, I mean, go to San Francisco, New York City, LA, much more expensive. Here it states that living costs in Hawaii are about 87% higher than the national average. No surprise over on the island, but imagine that 87%. So basically, whatever your cost of living in the United States, if you're in a national average area, you're not in New York or San Francisco. If you're in a national average area town, almost double that, and that's Hawaii for you. The rising cost of housing in 2023, buying a median price home, we're not talking expensive house. The median is expensive. It's a median price, unfortunately, it's expensive, but it's not a mansion. You're not buying a $10 million mansion. The median household income needed is 100 grand. That's higher than the median income for the house, not just one person. The median household income is less than 100,000. I think it's about 84,000. That's less than what you need to purchase the median price house. Once again, the math is not mathing. What they're selling the product for is far more than what the average person has. So you got to think about the sellers out there. Think about the business people, the companies. They're selling a product that their consumer, their average customer can't afford. They're going to butt heads. That's not going to add up. You can only squeeze so much juice out of that orange until it's dry. And it's pretty much where you are right now. So why is everyone broke? It's a compilation of many, many factors, many variables in play here, and we're all pretty much well aware of what they are now. Now, if you enjoy my videos, like and subscribe. It's going to make a difference to my channel. And leave a comment. I want to hear from you guys. What are you seeing out there? Are you trying to buy a house right now? I just made a video on that. I want to hear from you. You bought a house. You're in the grocery store, seeing something really crazy. You're at Walmart. You're shopping online. I want to hear from you guys. And what are you seeing in your neck of the woods? All right. Good chat. I'll see you next round.